Hello everyone and welcome back to Unhinged Splatoon tier lists. This is the series where I take suspicious topics, rank Splatoon characters accordingly, and then send them to my friends. The characters we're going to be ranking are Marie, Marina, Pearl, Shiver, Big Man, Fry, Callie, Captain Cuttlefish. If you missed last episode, this is Mr. Grizz, because this is a polar bear license plate. We have Commander Tartar, Oct, Overlorder, which is a random octopus I found on Bing Images, and DJ Octavio. I cooked up some suspicious topics to rank and send to my friends today, so I hope you enjoy. Let's get right into it. Okay, starting off, we're going to be ranking these characters on who is committing tax evasion. So, according to the Canadian government website, tax evasion and tax fraud is falsifying records and claims, purposely not reporting income, inflating expenses, and claiming fraudulent refund or benefit. So these are going to be our tiers, so let's put that in. So, you have lots of rich people in here. You know, I think we can start off. I think Big Man, he seems pretty reliable to his taxes, you know. I would trust Big Man to do my taxes, and I don't think there's a single offshore account that this guy owns, quite frankly. I think he's quite the taxpayer. Mr. Grizz, though, he's running a business. Mr. Grizz do be running a business. He may be trying to do some suspicious stuff, you know. Perhaps he would be inflating expenses or falsifying records and claims. You know, his business, mostly legal. What he does with his power eggs, probably illegal. However, I'm pretty sure having to fund all these people as a kind of frugal boss, you know, he's not very nice boss in the game. I wouldn't be surprised if he's falsifying his records and claims. Order I think's pretty easy, because Order is like a basically child, right? I don't think he needs to pay his taxes. So I think he's pretty fine. He is not committing tax fraud because he's simply too young to be committing tax fraud. And you know, I'd put Oct in here as well. I don't think she would necessarily falsify her records or claim. I don't think she would not report her income, inflate her expenses, or claim a fraudulent refund or benefits. I think she is pretty trustworthy, so we're gonna put her in the bottom as well. However, Pearl though, you can never quite trust these rich people. They're always trying to find some sort of loophole to cut back on their taxes, you know. Falsifying records and claims, perhaps. Inflating expenses, also perhaps. Claiming fraudulent refund or benefits. I would not be surprised if Pearl was claiming a fraudulent refund or benefit. Just because, you know, she's probably like, infinite money printer glitch. I apply for this when I am not eligible and they give me money. So surely, you know, surely. Craig is definitely not reporting his income. I know people who are old, like Mr. Craig here, and you know, they do be committing some nefarious acts with their taxes. He is definitely, I'm just saying, I don't think he's necessarily falsifying his claims. However, purposely not reporting income, definitely could see it. He's old, doesn't care if he gets caught by the tax agency, just trying to live his life. Okay, next Mr. Tartar. I think Tartar definitely is up here with Mr. Grizz. He is not fucking accurately reporting his records and claims. I think he is running some, you know, evil mega corporation kind of thing. Definitely some nefarious activities going on with the business, you know, whole sanitizing octolings and all that. Not surprising, they do a little tax fraud on the side, you know. So, he's gonna be up here with Grizz, the two kind of business owners here. Octavio, I don't know if Octavio would kind of go with Craig, purposely not reporting income. He might, I could see him inflating his expenses, you know, it's probably expensive to run his little Octarian army, so I could see him, you know, increasing those numbers a little bit, trying to get, you know, some less taxes on his income, you know. Definitely some suspicious things I could see Mr. Craig doing. No, he's not Craig, Mr. Octavio doing. You know, we put Pearl in claiming fraudulent refund or benefits. I could also see Callie for the same reason. Maybe seeing, you know, infinite money glitch. We just claim this, surely, get some free dollars in our accounts. Surely all goes well. But actually, that is illegal, Miss Callie, don't you know? But Marie, I don't think Marie does much tax fraud. She's probably, I think she's the more responsible sister. So I think she's probably fine, probably hires an accountant to do it, make sure it's okay. Marina, getting same kind of vibe, however, I could see her doing something for Pearl, I could, if Pearl asked to do one of these things and was very keen on it, I think Marina would do it. But for herself, I would put Marina in no tax fraud. Now down to these other two, like kind of, not pirates, but treasure hunters, Shiver, just saying, probably commits some sort of tax fraud, whether it be purposely not reporting income, those treasure she finds, she might not report them. Fry as well, cannot quite trust these treasure hunters and idols. Okay, so this is our full tier list. And falsifying records and claims, we have Mr. Grizz and Tartar. Purposely not reporting income, we have Cray, Cuttlefish, Shiver, and Fry. Inflating expenses, we have DJ Octavio. Claiming a fraudulent refund or benefits, we have Pearl and Callie. And doesn't commit any tax fraud or evasion, we have Big Man, Order, Oct, Marie, and Marina. So, that's our list. We're gonna go call Eevee and see what he thinks. Because, I don't know if you noticed, but I don't really know much about paying taxes, because I never pay my taxes! You ready to see my banger tier list, Mr. 94?
I'm ready, but a little bit scared.
That's, well, I spent the hours of the night constructing this banger tier list, and it is based on which characters are committing tax evasion. And so I've taken the tiers from the Canadian government's website on what is classified as tax evasion or tax fraud. So, as you can see, we have falsifying records and claims. Oh yeah, the license plate is Mr. Grizz, by the way, because it's a polar bear. And the octopus thing is Order. I don't know. I thought it was a funny picture when I looked up Order. So, falsifying records and claims, we have Mr. Grizz, and we have Tartar. What do you think about that tier? Do you have any thoughts?
I'd argue that all the idols probably go in the first two, because they're rich. I'd put Pearl at the very top of the list.
You think she's falsifying her records?
Yeah, because she has a mansion, so there's no way she has like the fucking property tax to pay on that mansion, so you gotta lower your taxable income. Probably Tartar as well. I mean, he lies about like everything, so
yeah,
I mean, what's one more thing gonna do? Same with Mr. Grizz with all the things. I would just move Pearl up there.
Yeah. I figured, like, Grizz, I could see Grizz not as well, because, his business is mostly legitimate, it's a little bit sketchy, so I figured that he, probably, he does some weird things with his power eggs, maybe.
Yeah, but legitimate businesses still falsify records to lower taxable income. That's the big thing.
I see. Well, good old Mr. Grizz, definitely the type of character to do it, eh? Not reporting income. I figured Craig is too old and stupid that, or not even that. It's like, I know people who are around Craig's age and definitely do not report their income. And,
I think that fits.
Then Shiver and Fry, I figured, kind of treasure hunters, they might not be reporting the money they make from that.
I think that as well. I'd also probably... No, I think that list is good. I wouldn't change anything about that. And when I said all idols, no, not all idols and falsifying records. I think it's mostly just Pearl and probably Callie, because it definitely feels like something they do. Team Chaos.
Oopsies.
And then I guess moving forward for inflating expenses, I'd also put Marina and Marie there. Specifically for me, Marie, because like, bro, she's washed. She's not relevant anymore. 8 years ago, people got over it. There are like not great benefits for inflating expenses, but I think inflating business expenses to lower your income, also because she's a celebrity to keep up appearances. What celebrity really shows their wealth? Like, come on.
I figured that Marie and Marina are both responsible, and I don't think they would commit anything, so I put them in the bottom. I think that they would get get the proper like accountants and all that to do their taxes for them or whatever. Make sure they're all not being too suspicious.
Marina, maybe. I don't know about Marie. I still
Marie, I
feel like
could
she's just.
see a little bit. Yeah, I figured Octavio's in there because, you know, he has this whole army and he's like, surely I can just pretend that all these things cost a lot more than they do. All his suffers.
Yeah. I agree with that as
Weapons
well.
of mass destruction. Claiming a fraudulent refund or benefits, we have Pearl and Callie. I figure they would apply for something nefariously when they're not eligible and steal all the money, like infinite money glitch, you know?
That definitely fits them. I think they'd do more though, which is why I put them above that. I'm not sure who else. Maybe Marina.
Mm.
I feel like that would be a Marina thing. In terms of big man, who's just the Order, whatever
Yeah,
his name
Order.
is.
Order's a child, so he doesn't have to pay taxes.
You could still like fraudulently pay taxes as a child though. It depends on your annual income.
I guess
which you
so,
could
yeah.
pay. So, I put Order there because he's a child and he hates the idea of taxes, so he just lies so he doesn't have to pay them before going to federal prison.
Big man, I figure Big Man's wholesome. He's probably the responsible one of the three.
Yeah, he's probably the responsible one of the three, and same with Oct. Probably no tax
Yeah.
fraud because I imagine she won't make enough money to be taxed. She just gives me those vibes, kind of.
Roaming DJ.
Yeah, I mean
Crashes
DJs,
where he
DJs don't get paid amazingly, so
Yeah.
I don't know if she's living on food stamps.
Marie and Marina we already discussed. So this is the banger list. Do you have any thoughts besides move Marina and, or not Marie, no, but Pearl and Callie up, or
I think most Splatoon characters here would put tax fraud because most of the people here are rich, and I wouldn't even say even if you like make a genuine mistake, that could still be considered fraud in some
Yeah.
cases. It's like, oh shit, forgot to write off my giant clone army. I guess I'm fraudulent now. So
thank you for coming on, Mr. Eevee94. I appreciate your expertise.
yeah, no problem.
Okay, now for the last tier list we've got, we're gonna have most likely to commit acts of terror on foreign lands. So I think a lot of characters here, you know, may be more likely than not to commit this, right? Especially Mr. Grizathan here. I guess we should make the tiers. I keep forgetting, dude. Definitely terrorism. We have those two, very likely. Next we'll have a little bit of trolling. Probably not. Not terrorist. And I guess we'll have counter-strike, counter-terrorism. Okay, so definitely terrorism. We'll have Grizz. I don't really think there's too many people who definitely commit terrorism besides Mr. Grizz here. Maybe, okay, it's Tartar, right? Tartar is a bit of a... This guy wanted to blow up the world. This guy kind of also wanted to, but mainly just the squids, right? He just wanted... There's a bit of a difference here. Very, very likely. I think both Octavio and Cuttlefish pretty likely to commit terrorism, right? Both war veterans, right? Probably have done some suspicious things to innocent civilians in foreign lands. Just because we play on Cuttlefish's team does not mean he would not commit terrorism to the Octarians. Overlorder, probably a little bit of trolling, let's be real. You know, I don't think Overlorder wants to cause harm to many people, but, you know, he played Side Order. A little bit of trolling, just putting it out there. Marie, probably counter-terrorism, you know, part of Squid Beak Splatoon. Maybe not as likely as Craig, but she's probably got a more clear heart. Maybe we should do probably not, we should do accidentally. Accidentally is probably better, right? I think Callie would accidentally commit a few acts of terror in foreign lands. I'm just throwing it out there. Just a bit. Not to terrorism, counter-terrorism, probably Big Man, probably Fry, Marina, Pearl, Oct. Would Oct go against it, or would she just not care? Or not, but not to not care, but not to be a terrorist. It's hard to say. I'm not too sure about Oct for now. We'll keep her down here. Shiver, probably not terrorist. I don't know if she'd be as counter-terrorism as a large man and Fry right here. Oct. Probably counter. You know, she's got some same training skills as Marina. But yeah, I don't think she would commit any. Okay. I think it's a good list, eh? Definitely terrorism. Mr. Grizz and Tartar. Very, very likely Octavio and Craig. A little bit of trolling, Overlorder, accidentally Callie, Nott's terrorist, we'll have Shiver, and then counter-terrorism, we have Marie, Big Man, Fry, Marina, Pearl, and Oct. Okay. I feel pretty good about this one. Maybe these three would be together because you know they're friends, but also hard to say, you know. I feel like Shiver does not care as much. Okay, now to send it to our friends.
O cholera, czy to Freddy Fazbear?
Alright, Nigel, I brought you here today I'm going to show you a beautiful tier list I've created, and you have to give me your thoughts on it, okay?
What?
The original one I had is corrupted, so I had to take a screenshot of the video I recorded, so it's like... sus. So this is most likely to commit terrorism of the Splatoon characters. So, we'll go through the tiers one by one. Is anything jump out to you?
Hold on. I got distracted by the end of it. I had to look at it up.
Bit of it too strong.
I feel like Overlorder, like actually not Overlord itself, but the Marina fight. You could have put Marina like higher.
Controlled
because-
Marina?
Yeah.
Fair enough, but that's more Overlorder. That's not as much Marina.
It is
you know?
more Overlorder, but the controlled characters I feel like would commit terrorism.
Fair enough.
I feel like Overlorder could be higher though.
But he's like child gaming though. Like I think he does a little bit of trolling. Like
He does do a little bit of trolling, but he kind of did try to commit terrorism.
Yeah, I kind of forgot when I made this that I replayed through Side Order after I played it, and I realized that like he tried to take control of the minds of everyone. But like
Yeah,
that's a little bit of
actually-
trolling, dude. It's a little bit of trolling. Just good intentions. We'll start from the top. We'll go down. So definitely terrorism.
Okay.
Grizz and Tartar are pretty self-explanatory, right? Actual
Yeah.
terrorists. Very, very likely, these people are both soldiers and definitely have committed some sort of atrocity in foreign lands.
Oh yeah,
I'm
no,
saying that.
they're both war criminals. I bet you they're both war
Yeah, I think they have definitely committed some atrocities in foreign lands, so that is why they are definitely... I think they're very, very likely. Maybe not now anymore, though.
Maybe.
Yeah, a little bit of trolling. We have Overlorder. And Kali is
I think
accident.
He does a bit more than troll. I feel like he
Perhaps.
does a little bit more than troll.
Yeah, perhaps we move him up to... Maybe it should be like slight terrorism. He did a little bit of terrorism. A little bit of terrorism.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of tries to like brainwash people in the real world.
He did kind of do that. He like chopped a bunch of people and like, is that terrorism? It's like kind of
I
terrorism.
mean,
It's like half
the,
terrorism.
The term of terrorism, I feel like in the Splatoon universe, might be a bit different compared to.
Let's go what terrorism is. Unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians in pursuit of political aims. Yeah, I guess political aims is control or
Yeah,
whatever.
so he's just freaking terrorist.
He's a terrorist! He's a terrorist!
He's a
Okay.
terrorist. I feel like we have to move him up to
Real.
down.
Accidentally, I put Kali. I don't think she would intentionally commit terrorism. However, I could see her accidentally picking up the wrong bag at the airport.
Surely.
Surely. I put
Yeah, surely Marina planted some bombs using her computer, definitely.
real. Dude, she has like the hyper bombs. She literally has like the Splatoon nuclear launch code.
Yeah, she actually made bombs. She actually made bombs.
Yeah, but she's like that was for counterterrorism. She took down the terrorist Tartar with the counterterrorism bombs. That's why she's in counterterrorism.
That is true.
Yeah, Shiver I put not terrorist. I don't think she cares enough to be counterterrorism, but I don't think she commits terrorism.
She doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. And then like all the rest, right? Like Big Man and Fry, I feel like they're wholesome enough. Marie,
Yeah.
part of Squidbeak Splatoon, but probably a little bit brighter than Kali.
I think Marie is like the most counter-terrorist out of all of them.
You think so? I think Marina more.
I don't know, but it's because Marie, like, you know, comes in that final boss charger and
Sure.
absolutely
Shoots
decimate.
Kali in the face. Shoots her own
Yeah.
sister. No way.
Yeah, I know, she's counter-terrorist.
Sure. That's a good reason.
Yeah. She's actually a Japanese sniper.
Japanese sniper. No way. From
Yeah.
Knives Out. Knives Out collab when? Marina and Pearl though literally took down man trying to blow up the world though. I feel like it's a little bit more than
Yeah.
Marie shooting her sister in the face.
If you think about it in an actual, like, militia standpoint, Marie's definitely the most. Because she literally comes in with a gun, shoots
It's
the
true.
place.
This is true. Then Deadfish, she's a soldier, but I don't think she necessarily is big Octavio's army fan anymore. So I do not think I think she will now work for like Marina against terrorism gaming.
You know what I just realized?
What?
Inside order, Pearl and Marina are basically the government. They have all the intel. That means they are the terrorists.
They're the terrorists! What?
What?
Leaked! Splatoon 4, what are you doing here? Any other thoughts about this tier list? Besides just move Overlord or up?
Yeah, I think that's all that has to be
Fair enough.
done.
Well, I hope you enjoyed. Anything you'd like to say?
I don't know, besides Freddy Fazbear or
So true! Well, it's gonna be it for today. Hope you enjoyed that experience. If you want to see more, let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't checked out part 1, you can also do that as well. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay fresh.